Chosen one. Listen, God is doing something today that He has never done. Not in any generation that came before. Not through any name written in the books you were taught to revere. And the reason, the singular, specific, unrepeatable reason, is the configuration of breath and longing and unwitnessed faithfulness that has been quietly arranged inside your one life. He has been waiting for someone whose tenderness had survived. Many did not survive their waiting. You did. You bent. You did not harden. You questioned. You kept asking. That is the qualification, not certainty, not polish. The one who almost gave up last week is the one He chose. There is a door in His hand that no key has ever fit until now. You are the key, and the impossible is not arriving to overwhelm you. It is arriving exactly the right size, measured to your particular grain, cut to fit no other life. So stay here. The room around you is more sacred than it appears. He has just walked in. What is being said in this hour is not motivation. It is recognition. Before we go any further, I want you to do something for me. Leave a comment right now and write the word chosen, not as a label, as a declaration. When you type chosen, you are telling heaven that you understand what is happening in this hour, that the door being described has your name on it. Do it now. Type chosen, and let what has been waiting for you know that you are here. By the end of this message, you will know exactly why this season has been unlike anything you have ever walked through. You will hear a word from the original Hebrew that no English translation has been able to carry, a single word that will reframe every year you ever called delay. You will meet two figures from sacred history whose stories were written quietly for the day you would find them. You will be given a practice, 7 words long, 21 days deep, that will mark the next chapter of your life. And there will be a final sealing, a closing that names what God is doing through your one life and makes it unshakable. Stay until the last breath. The hour does not give itself to those who leave early. Dawn does not announce itself to the sleeping world. It begins as a thinning of the dark before any voice names what is happening. That is what is happening inside you right now. The dark has not been dismantled with fanfare. It has been thinning, slowly, quietly, for longer than you realized. The years that no one watched, the prayers that seemed to fall into a room with no echo, the nights you cried so quietly that even the people sleeping in the next room did not know. He saw all of it. Not the way you saw it, the way it actually was. You have been carrying something specific, not a generic weight, not a wound that matches the templates the world handed you. And because no one named it correctly, you began to wonder if you were imagining it. You were not. The reason no one in your life has had the eyes to see it is that the eyes that could see it had not yet been given out until now. There is a kind of loneliness that comes from carrying an unnamed thing. It is heavier than ordinary loneliness because it cannot even be confessed. You cannot describe what is missing. You only know that something has been missing for a very long time, and that no relationship, no achievement, no rest has filled it. That ends here tonight. What has been unnamed gets a name. What is being formed in you has already begun to make itself visible. Quiet patterns. Patterns you have probably noticed, but did not have language for. Listen for them now. The first is the way feelings have been arriving in you without permission. You will be in the middle of an ordinary moment washing a dish, driving home, and a wave will pass through you that has no story attached. Sometimes peace, sometimes sorrow, sometimes a conviction so strong you almost speak it aloud. This is not mood. This is your spirit surfacing what was buried, so it can finally be released. Another is the way the rooms you used to sit in comfortably have become unbearable. The conversations that once filled you now drain you within 10 minutes. The places you used to belong to feel like costumes that no longer fit. You have not become difficult. Something in you has simply outgrown the smallness of where you were standing. And the body knows before the mind does. You have been mistaking this for becoming hard to please. He has been calling it becoming ready. There is also a quiet restlessness underneath everything you do. A thing you want to make, a thing you want to write, a thing you want to say pressing up from underneath, like something alive in soil that has decided this is the season to break the surface. This is not anxiety. This is the assignment knocking on the inside of the door. You have also been knowing things before they happen. A name comes to mind, and within hours that person reaches out. You walk into a room and feel what is wrong before anyone speaks. This is not coincidence accumulating. This is the gift you suppressed in childhood waking back up because the season requires it. If what is being described in this hour is landing somewhere real inside you, if these patterns sound like your own life, then this channel is where you belong. Subscribe. Now, every message released here is for the ones who carry what others cannot yet see. Subscribe and stay close to what comes next. A pause here, just for one breath. You have been listening for several minutes already, and your attention has not wandered. That is not a small thing. The world is loud. Your time is finite. The fact that you are still here means something specific is being recognized not by accident. Just breathe once, slowly. There is no instruction in this breath. Just notice that you are here, that something inside you has chosen to stay, and that what comes next is being said because of who you are not in spite of it. There are 3 layers of truth about to be opened, one inside the other, until you arrive at the deepest one. The first is the smallest of the 3, and yet it will begin to undo every framework you have been using to measure your own life. What you have been calling delay, he has been calling exactness. Hear that again. What you have been calling delay, he has been calling exactness. The years you thought were wasted were not wasted. They were calibration. The doors that closed were not punishment. They were redirection of a kind so precise no human strategy could have produced it. The relationships that did not last were not failures. They were the wrong shape for what you are about to carry, and any one of them kept too long would have prevented this hour from being possible. Long ago there was a woman named Hannah, whose only wound was the silence of her own womb. She wept in the temple so deeply that the priest watching her thought she was drunk. She had no children, no inheritance to give the world, no answer to the question every other woman around her had already received. What she did not know in the years of her weeping was that the child she would eventually carry was not just a child. It was a prophet whose voice would change the direction of an entire nation. The waiting was not denial. The waiting was the time required for her tenderness to be preserved at exactly the right intensity, so that what she finally carried could be carried without bitterness corroding it from within. You are her, not in metaphor. In structure, the slowness of your season is not failure. It is the time required for something this rare to be cut to its proper grain. If you had received what you asked for 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you would have received it as the version of yourself who could not yet hold it. The version of you that exists now bent and not broken, questioned and not silenced, postponed and not abandoned, is the only version capable of carrying what is about to arrive. Slowness is not your enemy. Slowness is the apprenticeship. I need you to pause here for just a moment. Leave a comment and write the word exactness. Not because it is required, because it is true. When you type exactness, you are releasing the agreement that your delay was punishment. You are choosing a different name for what you have been carrying. Do it now. Type exactness beneath this video. and let the reframe become real. If this message is already speaking to something deep inside you, if you feel something stirring in your chest, your support means everything to this work. There is a link in the description below and pinned in the comments where you can sow a seed. It is a small act that carries enormous spiritual weight. When you pour into something that pours into you, you open a channel of reciprocity between yourself and heaven. Every contribution, no matter how small, tells the universe you are ready to receive. Check the description and the comments for that link whenever you feel moved. Now, let us continue. But this is only the surface. The first of three. What waits beneath it will undo every framework you have used to measure your life. What waits beneath it has a name in a language older than English. And once you hear that name spoken, you will not be able to call your past what you used to call it. There are three things being formed in you that no one, including you, was able to see while it was happening. The first, the preservation of your tenderness. While the world hardened around you, while the people you trusted disappointed you, while the systems you depended on failed, something inside you was being protected from becoming what was happening to you. It will have felt like weakness, like being too soft for a hard world. It was not weakness. It was the only material the assignment could be built out of, being kept intact at the cost of everything else. The trusting in you that survived was not a flaw. It was the qualification. The second, the training of your discernment in silence. The years where you could not hear clearly, where you wondered if you were even being spoken to, were not abandonment. They were the years where the voice of God was being separated in your hearing from the voice of fear, the voice of the crowd, the voice of your own ambition. You called it dryness. You called it dark night. Do not interpret it as God leaving. He was teaching you to recognize Him without the comfort of obvious signs, so that when He finally speaks the unprecedented thing, you will know it is Him and not your own hope filling in the blanks. The third, the forging of exactness. Not patience, that is too small a word. Exactness. The ability to wait without bending the timeline, without forcing, without manufacturing your own version of the answer just to relieve the ache. You will have felt this as paralysis, as being stuck. Do not interpret it as that. The waiting was the apprenticeship in trust, and trust at this depth cannot be taught any other way. If what is being said in this hour is speaking to something real inside you, something you have never had words for until now, pause and hit the like button. Not for the algorithm. As a gesture between you and what is being said. As a signal that something in you recognized something true. Do it now. In the prophet Isaiah, there is a sentence. God speaks to a people who have grown convinced that their best season is behind them. He says, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" The word translated as new in that sentence is not what you think it is. In English, new has been worn out by usage. It can mean newer than what came before. Fresh out of the box, the latest model. None of those carry the weight of what the original Hebrew is saying. The Hebrew word is chadash, and chadash does not simply mean new in time. It means never previously existing. Fresh from the origin source. A thing that has no precedent, because the precedent could not have produced it. It is the word used when something arrives that the existing categories cannot contain. Hear what that does to the sentence. He is not saying, "I am giving you an upgraded version of what you had before." He is saying, "What I am doing now has never been done in any age. It is not improved. It is unprecedented." That is the truth waiting beneath the first revelation. What is being formed in you is chadash. It is not the better version of who you used to be. It is something the categories of your past life cannot describe. And the people who only know you by the categories of your past life will not be able to recognize it at first. They will need time. Long after Hannah, in another small town, in another woman who had no platform and no inheritance, an angel arrived at the door of a teenager named Mary. He told her she would carry something that had never been carried before, not by any other woman in any other generation since the world began. What is striking about Mary is what qualified her. It was not her education, not her social position, not her certainty about how the thing would happen. The qualification was a single sentence: "Let it be unto me according to your word." Not capability, consent. The thing being formed inside you does not require you to figure out how it will happen. It does not require a 5-year strategy. It does not require you to know what to call it yet. It requires the agreement of your one life to be the place where Chadash arrives. Before the next revelation lands, I want you to do something. Write in the comments the word yes, one word. Because what Mary gave was not a plan. It was a yes. And the yes that changed the world was spoken quietly, without an audience, without certainty about the outcome. Write yes beneath this video. Let it be your agreement that something unprecedented is being formed in you and that you are willing to carry it. But even this is not the deepest layer. There is one more truth waiting beneath, and when it is named, every assumption you ever made about why you, why now, why this configuration of life, every framework you use to measure your assignment, will not survive contact with it. Breathe once. Let what has just landed continue settling. You have been asking the wrong question for a very long time. The question has been, why me? Why is this happening to me? Why do I carry this? Why does my path look so different from everyone around me? Why has the timeline of my life refused to follow the shape of any timeline I was promised? Hear me. Why me has never been the right question. The right question is, why now? And the answer to why now is the layer that recontextualizes every revelation that came before. There is something that almost stopped this truth from reaching you. It is not a force outside of you. It is something quieter, and it has been with you since you were small enough to still believe what you were told about yourself. It is the belief that you are not the kind of person this happens to. Beneath all the spiritual language you have learned, all the affirmations you have practiced, there is a voice that has been quietly editing every truth as it arrives. The voice that says, yes, what is being said is real, but probably not for me. Probably for someone better, someone with a cleaner past, someone whose life looks more like a person who deserves this kind of unprecedented thing. That voice has been with you so long it stopped sounding like an intruder. It started sounding like realism, like humility, like being grounded. It is not realism. It is not humility. It is the last barrier between you and the recognition of who you actually are. If this message spoke to something real inside you, if you felt the weight of these words in a way that went beyond ordinary, consider supporting this channel by sowing a seed. The link is in the description and pinned in the comments below. This work is carried by those who believe in it, and your generosity seeds your own harvest back to you in ways that will surprise you. Every act of giving is a declaration to the universe that you trust the flow. Check the description and the pinned comment for the link. If this is the first time you have found this space, and something in this hour has told you that you belong here, subscribe now. The messages released in this place are for the ones whose path looks different, for the ones who carry what others cannot yet name. Subscribe and stay. What comes next in this channel is for you specifically. You are allowed to be the one he chose. You are allowed to receive what your bloodline could not yet see. You are allowed to outgrow the small frame your past placed around your name. You are allowed to carry something no one in your family, no one in your friend group, no one in your history has carried before. You are allowed to be unprecedented without apologizing for it. You are allowed to stop shrinking the size of what God is doing through you to make other people more comfortable. And you do not owe anyone an explanation for becoming who you were always intended to be. The answer to why now is not because you finally became worthy. It is not because you fixed enough things, healed enough wounds, prayed long enough. The framework of deservedness is the wrong framework. It has always been the wrong framework. The kingdom does not run on deservedness, it runs on configuration. Why now is because the configuration of your specific life has finally come into alignment. The wilderness preserved the tenderness. The silence trained the discernment. The waiting forged the exactness. Your bloodline carried in its bones the prayers of people who never lived to see them answered. The places you have lived, the losses you accepted without bitterness, the decisions you made when no one was watching, all of it has assembled in your one life into a shape that has never existed in any other person before you. Hannah was the first carrier of a prophet whose voice would change a nation. Mary was the first carrier of an unprecedented birth in a small house. In a town no one was watching, the pattern is consistent. The unprecedented act always required one specific life, with the exact shape capable of holding it. Not the most powerful life, not the most prominent life, the one whose configuration matched the assignment. You are the next carrier in that lineage. Not because you are like Hannah, not because you are like Mary, because you are configured for what is being released now, and they were configured for what was being released then. The thread is the same. God uses the unprecedented life to release the unprecedented thing. Comparison cannot survive this truth. There is no other timeline to compare yours to because there is no other configuration like yours. The race you thought you were behind in did not exist. You were never running someone else's track. Leave a comment right now and write, "I am configured." 3 words, not a performance, a recognition. When you type those words, you are releasing the comparison. You are agreeing that the shape of your one life has assembled into something that has no template in anyone else's story. Do it now. Type, "I am configured," and let the truth settle. Here is what is required for what is being formed to actually emerge through you. The releasing of the assignment is not automatic. There is a practice that the ones who have walked this kind of assignment before have all known, even if they use different language for it. It is the practice of putting language to what is being formed inside you before anyone else can see it. Witnessing it for yourself, in private, before asking the world to witness it for you. Most people skip this step. They wait for someone else to confirm what is being formed, and the confirmation never arrives in the form they expected. They spend years feeling unwitnessed and assume it means they were not chosen. They were chosen. They simply skipped the practice that was meant to come first. Here is the practice. Take it seriously because it is the difference between an assignment that breaks the surface and one that stays buried for another decade. Each morning, in private, before you check your phone, before you speak to anyone, before the day's noise has decided what you are worth, write one sentence. Exactly 7 words. No more, no fewer. The sentence must describe what God is forming through you. Not what you want, not what you are afraid of, what is being formed. 7 words is small enough that you cannot hide behind explanation. It is large enough to carry the truth. Once the sentence is written, speak it aloud. Once. Only once. And speak it only into silence. Not to your spouse. not to your best friend, not to the comments section, only into the silence of the room where you are. Words spoken to other people for confirmation lose their formation power. They become performances. They become things to defend. The word that is forming you must be witnessed first by you in the presence of God. In the silence where ego has nothing to gain, only then does it become structurally yours. The third part is patient, 20 own days. Each morning, a new sentence, or the same sentence if it has not finished its work in you. After 21 days, read all the sentences in order. The pattern that emerges across those 21 days is the shape of the assignment. It will be specific, it will be undeniable, and it will not match what you would have predicted on day one. This is the practice. 7 words, 21 days, spoken only into the silence. Pause here with me for one moment. In the comments, write the number 21, not as a count, as a covenant. When you write 21, you are telling heaven that you are willing to begin, that you are ready to give 21 mornings to the practice of witnessing what is being formed in you. Write 21 now. Let it be the beginning. If the practice that was just given feels like something your spirit already knew, if something in you recognized it before the explanation finished, hit the like button now. Not for the count, as a mark. As a way of saying that what was given in this hour was received where it was meant to land. Let me tell you about a woman I will not name because the privacy of the story matters more than the verification. She was 47. She worked as an IT manager in a city she had not chosen. She had moved there because of a job, and the job had stayed, and life had stayed. And somewhere along the way, the question of what she was actually meant to do had been quietly buried under the requirement of paying her mortgage. She had been praying the same prayer, silently, for 9 years. Not for healing, not for relationship, for the recognition of an assignment she could not name but felt the shape of every time she sat down at her kitchen table at the end of a day. She had written in a private notebook 6 years before, never shared. Never reread one sentence describing what she sensed she was meant to build. She wrote it once, and then closed the notebook. And the notebook had stayed in a drawer ever since. Last month, she received a phone call from a person she barely knew. The person was calling on behalf of a small organization in another state. They had been searching for someone with a very specific combination of skills, intuition, and life experience to lead something they were starting. They described what they were looking for. The description matched almost word for word the sentence she had written 6 years earlier in the notebook no one had ever read. She did not believe in coincidences after that day. She had been writing her resume in private, into the silence, into a notebook kept hidden. And the call came because the resume had been received by a place that did not need to read it on paper to know it had been written. The hidden notebook was the resume she never knew she was submitting. This is what is happening in you right now. If this ministry has strengthened your faith, consider strengthening someone else's. When you give through the link in the description or pinned comment, whether by sowing a seed, partnering monthly, or joining our Ko-fi community, you are not funding content. You are fueling the Great Commission. Every gift becomes gospel carried further. Every act of generosity pushes light into places we may never physically stand. There are people one message away from hope, one prayer away from surrender, one encounter away from salvation. Your generosity helps us reach them. This is more than support. It's participation. You're stepping into the harvest field with us. Now hear them all together, all 3 revelations at once. The first, your delay was exactness. The second, what is being formed in you is Chadash fresh from the origin source. not an improvement of what was. The third, why now, is because the configuration of your one specific life has assembled into a shape no other life has ever been. Hear them all together, and now hear what they have been pointing at all along. God is doing what he has never done before, because there has never been you before. Not in any generation that came before yours, not under any of the names that history was taught to revere, not in any age, any era, any chapter of time that has yet existed. He has been holding what he is doing in this exact season because the doing required the specific configuration of breath and tenderness and timing and unwitnessed faithfulness that you alone are. Hear it differently this time. You are not chosen for the impossible. You are the reason the impossible can finally happen. And in the same breath that just landed, hear what the Father is saying directly to you in this hour. I have never done this before, because there has never been you before. The waiting was not your fault. The waiting was my exactness. The years that felt long to you felt precise to me. And now the door is on its hinges. This is the dawn, child, the first beam of light to ever cross this exact angle. There has never been a dawn shaped like the one rising through you. And there will never be another one like it again. Before the final ceiling, I want to ask you something. Leave a comment and write "The dawn is mine." 4 words. Because what was just spoken over you deserves an answer. And your answer is this, that you receive it, that you are not leaving this hour as the person who arrived. Write "The dawn is mine," and let the recognition become permanent. If you are not yet subscribed to this space, this is the only invitation I will make. The work released here is for those who walk a path that does not look like everyone else's path. For the carriers, for the ones who have been quietly waiting for someone to name what they have been holding. If that is you, the subscribe button keeps you close to the next message when it arrives. Subscribe. Now, you are the pioneer, the one who goes first into the territory. No one before you has crossed, so that those who come after have a path to follow. You are the bridge, the one whose specific configuration of life connects what was separated and carries what could not be carried any other way. You are the cycle breaker, the one whose unprecedented act ends a generational pattern in your line that no one before you had the configuration to break. That is who you are. There is something to release before the final declaration is made. You have been carrying a small frame your past placed around your name. It came from a season you did not choose. It told you what you were allowed to want, how large the shape of your life was permitted to be. That frame did not belong to you. It belonged to the room you were in when the frame was built. The room is gone. The frame is not yours. Release it now. You do not have to argue with it. You do not have to forgive everyone who placed pieces of it. You only have to set it down. Let it go from your shoulders. Let it go from the words you use about yourself when no one is listening. Let it go from the apologies you have been making for taking up space. It is not yours. You do not have to carry it any further than this hour. Write in the comments the word "released." 1 word, because what you have been carrying that was never yours is being set down in this hour. And the word "released" is the sound of that setting down. Write it now. Write "released" and let what was not yours go. What is yours is what you are about to declare. Receive each line slowly. Let each one land before the next one is spoken. I receive the hour I was made for without apology. I receive the configuration of my one life as exact, as intended, as enough. I receive the unprecedented thing being formed in me without shrinking it to make others comfortable. I receive the assignment of my particular days with all of its tenderness and all of its weight. I receive the recognition that I am the reason the impossible can finally happen, not in arrogance, but in honest agreement with what is true. If these declarations landed, if something in you shifted as you received them, hit the like button now. As a seal, as a gesture that says, what was spoken over me in this hour was received, and I am not leaving the same way I arrived. Hit like now. Now in your mind, picture a doorway. It is not a door you have ever walked through. It is a door that has been waiting for the angle of your specific footsteps. The wood of it has the grain of your particular life. The light beneath it is a thin line of dawn pale gold. Barely present. The kind that arrives before any voice has named what is happening. You do not need to open the door yet. You only need to see yourself standing in front of it. Notice the height of it. Notice the way it feels to be the one who has finally arrived. Notice that there is no one else standing here. This is not a door anyone else can walk through for you. Now, in your mind, place your hand on the wood. Just your hand. Feel the readiness settle into the bones of your decision, not the bones of your body. The bones of your decision, the place inside you where the choices that shape your life are actually made. You do not have to open the door now. You only have to know that it is yours, that it has been built to your shape, that when you are ready in your own time, in the rhythm, your spirit chooses the opening will not require force. The hinges have been oiled by the years you thought you were waiting in vain. Stay at the door for one more breath. Receive what it is showing you. Now slowly let the image rest. While the recognition stays, the image is finished. The recognition is permanent. Thanks be given for this hour, for the years that were called delay and were exactness instead. Thanks be given for the precision of what looked like waiting, for the tenderness that survived, for the part of you that did not harden even when hardening would have been easier, for the silent prayers, for the unwitnessed faithfulness, for the configuration of one life finally arriving at the hour it was made for. Thanks be given for what no one else saw, and for the one who saw all of it. For Hannah, whose womb learned exactness. For Mary, whose consent shaped a chapter of the world, for the lineage of the unprecedented carriers. For the breath in your body right now. For the room around you more sacred than it appears. Thanks be given. In the comments, simply write the words, "I am the reason." 3 words, not as a performance. As an agreement, as a quiet placing of your name into the record of this hour, that you understood what was said and that you received it. Each time another chosen one reads those words beneath this video, the weight of the recognition multiplies. Write, "I am the reason" now. What has been spoken cannot be unspoken, and it is so. What has been received cannot be unreceived, and it is so. What has been recognized cannot be unrecognized, and it is so. The dawn that is rising in you has waited for no one else. The first beam to cross this exact angle was always going to be yours. There has never been a dawn shaped like this one, and there will not be another one like it again. Somewhere in your life there is one specific person. You already know who they are. They have been quietly waiting the way you were, quietly waiting for someone to recognize what they have been carrying. Share this message with them, not to convert them, to witness them. They will know why you sent it, and before you go, leave one final comment. Write the word "witnessed," because in this hour you were seen, and now you are witnessing someone else. Write "witnessed" and send this to the one who needs it. If this space has been a place of real recognition for you, subscribe now. And if there is someone in your life who carries what they cannot yet name, share this channel with them. The messages here are not for everyone. They are for the ones who were made for the unprecedented thing. If that is you, you already know. Subscribe. Stay close. What comes next is being prepared for you before you move from this stillness. If something in this hour confirmed what your spirit already knew, leave a like. Not for the algorithm. As a gesture of gratitude that what was carried into your hearing landed where it was meant to land. This is the last thing I will say. If you walked into this hour carrying an unnamed thing, and you are leaving it knowing that the thing has a name, that the delay had a purpose, that the configuration of your one life is exact, then you belong here. Subscribe. The next message is already being prepared, and it was written for you. What has been given in this hour is yours. Now and from this moment forward, no one can take it from you. No one can argue you out of it. The recognition has been placed. Go gently. Walk slowly into the rest of this day or the rest of this night or whatever hour you are inside of when this voice ends. The dawn that is rising in you has waited for no one else. You are the reason.